Hey everybody, today is August 6, 2021. I'm Gene.
And I'm Zane.
And you're hanging with Uncle.
How's it going, man?
Good, man. It's been a very interesting week. How's yours been?
Fucking busy as fuck. I'm going to be honest, I'm not the most educated person today. The news has passed me today. It has not, or not even just today, this week.
You know, today was kind of a maelstrom of importance of what happened. But before we get into that, today's strain is Batterberry.
Hey,
and this one's coming in at 20%. I think we've had it before.
Have we? Batterberry.
It's that good.
Yeah. I mean, if we don't remember, it's good shit. Oh, man. Yeah, it's just this week has been really long, and it tested the patience a little bit this week, you know? We really did.
Yeah, I've had weeks like that, man. I'm glad they are few and far between anymore.
You know, work's a little overwhelming. I've kind of figured that I'm kind of suffering with burnout a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily just work, but burnout's an actual thing you can go through in a way.
It really is. It's called stress, and it's it's there for a reason.
It's the inevitability to deal with the stress.
That's why there's medication for it. We have our medication right
there,
now.
yeah.
You know,
it's just, I don't know. It's a lot more burnout than normal. It seems, you know. But I'm seeing
Friday.
it. Happy Friday, man. Yeah, I'm seeing it with just things throughout home and all that. But other than that, it's just I'm good. Just trying to deal with having a level head in a lot of situations. So.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. I hope you can keep a positive outlook.
Absolutely.
On things. Let's just jump right into it, man. Talking about having a level head.
Right.
My head was kind of spinning when I heard the news
All right.
about Trump's plan to overturn the election and actually how close he came to pulling it off.
Okay, how so?
So he wanted the Justice Department to just make the claim that there was fraud. You don't have to have any proof.
Right.
But he did this on a phone call with the acting Attorney General, Jeffrey Rosen, and the Deputy Attorney General, Donahue.
I heard he called Rosen multiple times, even after losing the election.
He tried Barr to do it. Remember, Barr did an investigation and said there's no fraud, but that wasn't good enough. So after Barr resigned, now he wanted Rosen to do it.
Okay.
So the staffers in the room with Rosen and Donahue are taking notes. And in the notes, they're writing down what Trump is saying. Just make the statement, me and my congressional Republicans will do the rest.
Okay.
All he needs is the predicate, just somebody to say there's a chance of impropriety.
Evidence of it, or there's something.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he'll run with it.
And even William Barr said, no, there's no evidence of it whatsoever.
Yeah, he did a full investigation.
Right.
There is no fraud. The election is free and clear.
Okay.
I hate Barr, but, you know, he
did what he needed to do. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. I mean,
like
I say, hats off to the leaders who are able to stand up when they need to. That's how I usually do it.
You know, yeah, those people that defend the Constitution. So, Trump's loyalists will go pretty much to any length, and this is
to even say that the insurrection is fake.
Right, you know, but this is how close he came to actually pulling it off, because one of his super loyalists, Jeffrey Clark, also worked in the Justice Department in the Trump administration.
Okay.
And he drafted a letter. Now, I believe it was at the direction of Donald Trump.
Okay.
So Trump gave him the guidelines. Look, this is what I want the letter to say. I would be really bad at even paraphrasing the letter, but just basically, they were going to send it to 6 states, Georgia and 5 others.
I'm sure ours is included.
Arizona was definitely one of them. Michigan, all the Rust Belt states. Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. So Nevada. Those would have been enough electoral votes to swing it the other way had those states sent their electors instead of the electors that the people sent.
The people, by the way.
The people.
Who they represent.
Right.
Yes, us.
So the plan didn't work because Rosen and Donahue basically they just said, no, we're not going to do this. The Justice Department does not have the authority to say the election was corrupt. Okay. Especially after my predecessor, not even a month ago, William Barr said there was no corruption.
Yeah. So why is it still being spewed is basically the thing. Yeah.
So Trump can fire them. He was the president.
Right.
But these guys are smart. They're attorneys. They know the law.
They're sharks.
Right. Exactly. They're called sharks for a reason.
They're sharks.
Pretty much, for lack of a better term, threatened Trump and said, look, what you're doing is unconstitutional. We don't have the authority to do this. If you fire us, we're going to the press with this and expose you. That is the only thing that saved our Constitution, was that act right there. Because Jeffrey Clark, the guy that wrote this letter getting ready to send it to these 6 states saying how to overturn your election and send your electors.
It had to go through the two of them.
It had to go through the two of them, and they stood in the way.
Good.
Because Trump was going to appoint Clark as the Attorney General, and that letter would have gone out, and we would not be sitting here right now probably in this peaceful situation.
Man, that is absolutely insane.
But that's how close he came.
So another coup basically almost happened.
It was.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, you can't say basically. It's an attempt of coup, and it failed. This is the second time.
You know, in my opinion, you took an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution. You're sworn in when you're the President of the United States, when you're a police officer, when you go in the military. That's the oath you take.
Clark should be fired.
He should be imprisoned.
Yeah.
He should be prosecuted. It's treason. You're going against the Constitution. The people have voted. The electors have certified the election.
I really feel like
you're trying to overturn the Constitution.
Well, right, they're trying to. They're trying to change the rules, but there needs to be a purge that happens. And I'm not talking about the purge like the movie, where we're slaying people, but like get rid of the loyalists, get them out. Just get them out. They're ruining. They're making every process slow. They're ruining everything. Like they're making everything difficult. Just remove them.
I could even understand loyalists. Yeah, think if I'm just putting myself in those shoes. If I was in the president's shoes, I would want people loyal to me. What I would want more than anything as a citizen, as a voter, is someone that has more loyalty to the Constitution than a person.
If you are impeding on our Constitution, period, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like if the company that I work at, if I were to slander our company openly,
you'd be fired.
I'd be fired. Period.
Yeah.
Like end of story. And then I probably would have some fucking headlines about me too. This man slanders nonprofits.
Yeah.
Well, just fucking get rid of him.
The good news is, Merrick Garland and the DOJ have announced criminal investigations. I'll leave it at that. Good. I can tell you now that doesn't mean things are going to happen fast. The wheels of justice don't turn that fast. But at least they're turning. I
mean, like we said before, I wish it was faster because I'm tired. My ADHD does not want to focus on this long ass process anymore because I just want it to be done. Not just done as in like stop doing it, as in just get rid of all of them and fire them all and put them all in jail. Like, be done with it. Like, I'm tired of the investigation lasting so long and it being so, intricate and blah, blah, blah. But
there's this thing
I'm happy it's happening.
Due process.
Due process, yes. I know. Zane's impatient.
Gene is too, because as far as I'm concerned, how, would you need neon signs flashing on it? We're impatient
for two different reasons. We're ready for it to happen because it needs to happen. I'm ready for it to happen because I want it to be over. Like,
well, anyway.
There's an infrastructure.
Let's talk about infrastructure.
I wanted to bring that up. So, me being again, I call myself the dummy. Knock myself on the head. There's wood. Infrastructure. What is that essentially? What is infrastructure?
So, to me, the classic definition of infrastructure is taking care of your bones, your roads, your bridges, your dams.
Okay.
The things that make the country run, your power grid. That's infrastructure.
The skeleton.
Exactly.
Yep. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, we've morphed. This isn't 1940, 1950, and where Eisenhower in the 50s built the interstate highway system. Damn. This is 2020. This is 70 years later.
Right.
Infrastructure is not the same thing. We have internet now. That wasn't around then.
Absolutely.
We have more roads now. We have more population. We have a need for more things that we didn't have back then.
Absolutely.
And you being the millennial, can probably speak more of those things that are necessary.
I'm so tired of my tires popping on the road, man. So, I was actually talking with a staff member that I work with at a training, and the conversation of the roads needing to be fixed came up. And I just don't understand why that's not an absolute number one priority to have our roads fixed, because transportation is key. Transportation is what gets us to our jobs. That's where we get paid. That's when the economy comes in, and you see the whole circle where I'm getting at, right?
I heard a cool joke that I think that would be very relevant. Why the rich should pay their taxes so we could help build infrastructure? Because Mercedes fall off bridges just as fast as a Honda does.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it's just we pay taxes for our roads to get fixed, and they don't get fixed. They're still broken, or they take forever to fix them.
The argument is always, how are we going to pay for it?
Right, but I'm giving you the money for it. What do you mean?
Well, how come we spend more money on national defense than the top 67 countries in the world combined?
No,
do we ever talk about how are we going to pay for a bullet or a rifle, that kind of stuff? No, we don't. So, I mean, to me, let's take care of what needs to be taken care of. Don't ask me how are we going to pay for it. If you're having a heart attack, are you going to say, how am I going to pay for it? You're going to say, fix me, doc.
Fix my heart.
Thank you.
Please.
So that's how I look at infrastructure.
I think the whole how are we going to pay for it thing is fuck that, because we're already in debt anyways. Fuck you. There's money. There's money somewhere. Get it. Like you say, we pay so much for our defense, right? And I understand defense is key. Cyber defense, military defense. It is a priority. I will put that as number one, because with us being the country that we are, other countries want what we have.
But let's talk about how we're going to pay for it.
Well, yeah, how?
But anyway, I don't want to get off your discussion.
No, but that's what I'm saying. We can still take marginal portions away from other things to pay for these things. You can't keep asking us to pay more when we already are. We're already paying for it.
And the rich don't pay anything.
And the funny thing is, I feel like I'm paying more for it because, like I said, my tires are fucked up. Yeah. Guess what? I have to put more money into it.
Right.
If the roads were great, my tires wouldn't be fucked up.
Exactly.
Plain and simple. There's literally a part at a street light that I get to, about an intersection, right? And on the southern side of the intersection, I'm coming from the north, right? I go to the southern side of the intersection. There's literally a rugged part of the road that slows my car down at least 2-3 miles per hour because of how my tires are hitting it.
Look at the building that just collapsed in Miami. Infrastructure.
Holy fuck, that is so sad.
You know what I'm talking? That's the heart attack.
Salt erosion, you said?
Salt erosion,
oh my god, that's so sad. But it was preventable.
It's very preventable. I mean, we know what causes it. The report was there, and nothing was done about it.
It's another instance.
How are we going to pay for it?
It's another instance of we're not going to pay for it until it happens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Oof. But yeah, sure, infrastructure. I'm down for it. We need it.
We definitely need it. And again, I think one thing COVID really brought out, and we've had this conversation on the show before, but the need for broadband. How you work remotely from home for a while. When COVID broke out. What if you didn't have internet?
I'm fucked.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a necessity now, where before it was a luxury, the rich had it. Now it's a necessity.
Right.
Everybody needs it.
And that's what, we say, Elon Musk is trying to aim for, universal internet, right? It is a necessity for everyone. It really is. Not everyone has a cell phone still. A big shock to everyone. Yeah. Not everyone has a cell phone. Not everyone has access to internet. But
that needs to happen.
When my phone went out and my internet went down, I felt like I was in a cave. I did not know what the hell was going on. And that is sad to say. But, honestly, Zane, go outside and go do something. You can't do that at 10:30 at night when you're still awake. Or at 8 o'clock at night. You can't just go somewhere.
So when I was a kid, remember, I was born in 60. There was no internet. There was no cell phone. We didn't sit around thinking, oh my God, how am I going to research this? we got out there and we found things.
You found
to
things
do.
and did it. Yeah. But like what I'm saying now in this day and age, when it's 8:00 and my internet goes down and my phone doesn't work, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like sit there and read a book. Yeah, cool, okay. But how long am I gonna do that without internet access to where I can't get text from my brother. I can't get a text from my mom. I can't get a phone call from somebody.
Yeah.
No one knows how I'm doing. Like, you literally just go dark, off
landline.
the grid.
You'd have to go landline.
I don't have a landline.
Which would be going retrograde because we've advanced past
it's
that.
like, you have a landline phone
I haven't
still?
had a landline in 20 years.
My parents still do. But, like, I don't have a landline. Like, I don't even have television. Like I'm saying, like, I don't have a basic TV to where I can just pull up basic cable. I don't have a cable box. Like, I'm literally strictly living off internet and cell phone. Literally. That's what I live off of. That's where my electric comes from. AC, yes, and then dishwasher and blah, blah, blah. But the essential living is internet access.
And I think that has to be covered. It has to be, I mean, look at the reservations where it's so remote and there's no internet access.
What's the
that
first thing you do when you walk
ridiculous.
into a restaurant? You connect to the internet. What's the first thing you go to a friend's house? You connect to their internet.
Exactly.
What's the first thing you go to the house that
you have my Wi-Fi password?
Right. The first thing I walk in when I open this tablet, boom, I ping to your internet. I'm there.
You know,
like we're connected.
It's supposed to be shared.
We are a social. We're a social animal. Humans are. And this is the biggest social tool that we have right now. And you take that away, we become apes.
So you look at it like we built roads to connect people. Mm-hmm. Now the internet connects us faster.
Mm-hmm. People say you go to the movie theater to connect. Now you can just stay at home and connect. You can turn your video on your phone and you can see the person that's at home or that at their house. Or I can video call you. Like it literally is like it's our being. It's who we are. We're a social animal. It's our being. And when that is taken away from you, you feel smaller. And it really it's a big thing. It really
I love Zooming with my son, my youngest, who's in grad school. Mm-hmm. I Zoom with him. My middle child, Levi, he doesn't have internet.
Right.
They don't provide it where he lives. He's in Arkansas in Hot Springs, but just that particular part where he is, they don't get internet.
Does he have cell service?
They have cell phone. They have cell service. They have a hotspot, but of course you have to pay for your phone to be a hotspot. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. You know, yes, upgrade broadband. That needs to be in the basic bones of infrastructure. I mean, if you really eliminate that, then it's you're missing the point now of infrastructure in 2020.
It's a necessity now. Like we talk about how in the future we want to have holograms, or we want to have clean energy, or we want to have floating cars. Well, your floating car is probably going to want to connect to the internet, sadly. And if without the internet and moving forward as being
all new cars have GPS now, like, internet.
That like I say, if you're not being progressive, we're being regressive, or we're stuck. And that's a progressive thing. Universal internet is progressive, period.
It really is, man. So that's the smart thing to do. I think now, this is our 26th episode, and
I want to call it our trigger warning or something like that. We should call it our trigger warning conversation. But I want to bring this story up. Frontier Airlines had a very upset passenger, right? Yeah. And he ended up groping two females and punching a male flight attendant as well, the female flight attendants. So the result was strapping him to a chair with duct tape. And a lot of people, now, I don't feel bad for him, but you can see how it was menacing with all these people pointing phones at him while he was crying after he was being very threatening when he was tied to a chair.
Self-entitlement.
Little baby bitch. Yeah. But that is not the reason why I want to bring this up and why he's not my asshole of the week. Right? So we're going to start talking about assholes of the week. He's not my asshole of the week.
Dumbass of the week.
Dumbass of the week. Yeah. Sure, dumbass of the week. The dumbass in this situation is Frontier Airlines itself, because after the event occurred, and of course, an incident report had to be made about it, right?
Right.
The 3 employees were put on leave.
For what?
They didn't like how they treated the situation, I guess. They mishandled it.
You're not allowed to defend yourself anymore?
I guess not. You're supposed to be punched in the face. You're supposed to be groped, and be be yelled at by an immature child that talked about his parents having $2 million.
That's number one. So the definition of a battery,
yes,
is the illegal touching of another person against their consent. So even if you just touch someone, technically,
it's battery.
That's a battery,
right?
But you're groping, hitting. That's offensive.
That's assault.
Assault is an attempted battery. Technically, if you just want to get technical.
Okay.
But the level of battery can elevate.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm calling Frontier as the dumbass of the week, not the man committing battery on the plane, because of them being stupid for putting these people on leave. They literally, what else could you have done? Like, besides restrain him physically, as like, that's me thinking, physically restrain him in a proper technique, by the way, make sure you use the proper techniques for the whole flight?
But so now just think about it. Do passengers now have to be trained on techniques, or do you just do what you have to do in the circumstances, which that's what they were in the air.
I don't see what other solution. Do they throw him off the plane? Is that the other solution? Is that what they're supposed to do? Just chuck him out? All right, bye. Peace.
So I'll just revert back to another conversation. We talk about paying yourself all the time, but also not just that, but where you spend your money. If that's the kind of work environment,
I'm riding Spirit.
Anyone but Frontier.
I have before.
You know?
I mean, fuck Frontier. That's fucked up.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is, and you wonder why you don't have employees,
right?
And why you have a shortage. Because look how you treat your employees.
Bad reputation. No, honestly, I really hope those employees find better off somewhere else.
Airlines are so looking for people right now. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they would get picked up in a heartbeat if they decided they wanted to go to another airline.
I would not give them a reason of doubt of why they would.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you have yours.
My dumbass of the week is Montez Sweat from the Washington football team.
That's so silly to say still. Okay, Montez Sweat.
He is the epitome of the term dumb jock.
Okay, here we go.
So the Washington football team brought in the Moderna research and development doctors and scientists to talk about the vaccine.
I got the Moderna.
Answer any question. Mm-hmm. Be there to tell you why this is important.
The facts.
Right. Exactly. These are the facts. I wrote this.
Right. Hey, I made this. This is what's in it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Right? So
hey, I made this gumbo. Here's the recipe. Like,
he comes out in his press conference after talking with the doctors, still saying he's anti-vaccination because he doesn't know enough information yet.
What?
Montez, you're my dumbass of the week.
You had an opportunity of information right there. What?
So here's one thing, okay, and I get this all the time. I hear this on the news all the time from people that are hesitant, right? Oh, well, look how fast it took to come up with the vaccine.
Right.
No, that is not true. Remember, COVID is a mutation from the SARS virus. Yep. That was around in the Obama administration.
Right.
So scientists have been working on this virus for at least a decade.
And knew about it.
So it is not new. They have been working on it. It is not a rush vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God they got it when they did.
Right. And again, I want to repeat from, I think I said it last show, the unvaccinated die to these mutated viruses 90% of the time.
This is now a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
90% of the time. An A+.
In positive COVID news, though?
Sorry.
Well, anyway, we'll talk about COVID. Montez, you're my dumbass of the week.
Yeah, man, that's... like, I'm going to be real. And you've been very critical of those who are unvaccinated. And I have withdrawn from being critical because, like I've said, I stayed back and didn't get vaccinated for some time because I was also I was one of those questioning, right, Gene?
We talked about it for a long time.
Yeah, we did talk about it for a long time. And I understood Like, you understood where I was coming from, that I wanted to be safe in what I was putting in. I wanted to wait for at least the first wave of people. That's what I wanted. I wanted to see phase 1, take it, and see how it works.
Right.
That's it. Zane just wanted to be sure. That's it.
I mean, I remember when I got vaccinated. Look, Zane, I had my first shot. No
and you're
side
here.
effects.
Yep, and that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
I kept
Zane,
coming
I got
up.
my second shot.
So I saw that you're still here. So I went and got mine because also I had to go on a trip too, and I felt it was time for that as well.
Yeah.
But
I can respect that.
Right.
You're not an anti-vaxxer. Hesitancy because I don't know. I respect.
Hey man, I live in a hole, and I like to be safe. Okay, like I like to be safe. But like now, right now, it is ignorance. Now is ignorance. You're starting to see the ignorant come forward, and I'm happy that those that I love are going to get vaccinated.
Amen.
Those that I love have been vaccinated for this, because hearing that the other variants, Delta and Lambda, have a 90% chance, an A grade, to kill you for not having this vaccine.
Right.
It is time to go and do it. COVID originally did not have that kind of rate. That is why it was okay for people to bicker and argue about it. Now is a nut up and shut up situation.
Not anymore.
Now is a natural selection time.
But on a positive note, at least now, 70% of adult Americans have received at least one shot.
Amen.
And I want to say 49-50% have gotten both.
I'm not a religious man. I don't throw it in people's face, but
forgive my English.
Amen, bro. I'm glad to hear that. That is where we were supposed to be before the mutation happened.
Yeah. Exactly, man. So, that I want to end on that on a positive note. I mean, I saw some stuff. The idiots are still out there. You can't fix stupid. I mean, Ron White said it, but it's true, man. It's true.
Now it's my dad always said, common sense. And now is the common sense time.
Yeah.
Time to pull it out.
Yeah, it's a come to Jesus.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, if you're not vaccinated, just don't come to my house.
Right.
If you have a medical reason, I respect that. That's fine.
Right, absolutely.
But if there's nothing wrong with you and you choose not to get vaccinated, don't come to my house.
The medical reason people are along for the ride for us after natural selection.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, anyways.
Right.
I want to start talking about positive things, too. The USA played today for gold medal.
Go USA.
Basketball. Woo! So we're excited for that. They're playing...
France.
France, thank you. Yeah, they're playing against France. Rudy Gobert again.
Yeah.
Yes, man. But the France and Slovenia game was crazy. Did you see the end of that?
Yeah.
Holy cow, a block. Batum literally just... he saved the game for them. Like Slovenia, but what a crazy run for Slovenia.
Well,
it's their first year.
I know that the USA had their bumps at the beginning, but now
even against
Booker, Middleton, and Holiday they're starting to gel now.
But I don't know, man. The French aren't going to lighten up like Australia did. Australia had a 15-point lead at one point.
Yeah.
Early in the game.
Yeah.
Now
those can be overcome.
I mean, I don't want, knock on wood. Gobert is defensive for a reason.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, they're a defensive team. So we're facing this international defensive team. We got to see. We're offensive. Offense means defense, and defense wins championships, what they say.
That's true.
So, I don't know.
That's true.
But good offense always beats defense.
Well, hopefully, we'll see. If Pop's got him running, the Spurs have won a lot of titles.
I feel like we need Book to step up in this game, man.
Yeah.
He put up 20 in the last one.
I
look clean.
I'm confident. I'm not trying to be a homer. I just know the talent that we sent, to the games.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know France is not a slouch.
No, not at all.
But
they've never been.
I'm confident.
I'm very confident too. The game's in about 25 minutes, so
yeah,
I'm excited.
It's gonna be a good one, man. Today's Friday.
Oh, don't forget, yes, pay yourself.
Pay yourself.
Absolutely.
Put money in that E-Trade account.
Or in the savings account. Make sure you pay your bill for you, okay?
Yes.
Take care of yourself. I paid mine. I got my 20 in E-Trade, and I actually did use it for some little goods.
Next week, I think we'll talk about, this is the first time we've done this too, but We'll talk about it, what a turnkey system is and how you can improve your credit score.
Ooh, okay, cool. I would love to have a little pay yourself segment.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, it's time to call it.
It is. I'm Gene.
And I'm Zane.
And thank you for hanging with Uncle.
And we'll see you guys next time. Follow us on social media.
All right. Bye.
Bye.